The Sclaveni was used to describe the southwestern branch of Slavic peoples that the Byzantine Empire came into contact with, and especially the South Slavs in the Balkans. It was widely used during the early Middle Ages, until separate tribal affiliations emerged in the 8th and 9th century. Terminology. The Byzantines broadly grouped the numerous Slav tribes living in proximity with the Eastern Roman Empire into two groups: the Sclaveni and the Antes. The late Roman historians, Jordanus and Procopius, both locate the Sclaveni in the lower Danube, although Sclavi subsequently in Latin sources in connection to events in Lombard Italy. Whilst there were many Sclaveni, the Antes were a specific ethnicon who had a feudos with the Byzantine Empire, and were probably located in Scythia Minor. The derived Greek term Sclavinia was used for the Slav settlements which were initially out of Byzantine control and independent. The term may be interpreted as Slav lands in Byzantium. However, by 800, the term also referred specifically to Slavic mobile military colonists who settled as allies within the territories of the Byzantine Empire. Slavic military settlements appeared in the Peloponnese, Asia Minor, and Italy. The Byzantines also referred to the Avar military elite as Sclaveni. These elites re-established their power base under either Frankish or Byzantine rule in Pannonia and Moravia. History. 6th century. The Sclaveni plundered Thrace in 545. Dorincius is the first Slavic chieftain to be recorded by name by the Byzantine historian Monada Protector, who reported that the Avar Khagan Bayani sent an embassy, asking Dorincius and his Slavs to accept Avar suzerainty and pay tribute. Because the Avars knew that the Slavs had amassed great wealth after repeatedly plundering the Byzantine Balkan provinces, Bayan then campaigned against Dorincius' people, with aid from the Byzantines, and set fire to many of their settlements. Although this did not stop the Slavic raids deep into the Byzantine Empire, in 577 some 100,000 Slavs poured into Thrace and Illyricum, pillaging cities and settling down. By the 580s, as the Slav communities on the Danube became larger and more organized, and as the Avars exerted their influence, raids became larger and resulted in permanent settlement. In 586 AD, as many as 100,000 Slav warriors raided Thessaloniki. By 581, many Slavic tribes had settled the land around Thessaloniki, though never taking the city itself, creating a Macedonian Sclavinia. As John of Ephesus tells us in 581, the accursed people of the Slavs set out and plundered all of Greece, the regions surrounding Thessalonica, and Thrace, taking many towns and castles, laying waste, burning, pillaging, and seizing the whole country. However, John exaggerated the intensity of the Slavic incursions since he was influenced by his confinement in Constantinople from 571 up until 579. Moreover, he perceived the Slavs as God's instrument for punishing the persecutors of the Monophysites. By 586, they managed to raid the western Peloponnese, Attica, Epirus, leaving only the east part of Peloponnese, which was mountainous and inaccessible. The final attempt to restore the northern border was from 591 to 605, when the end of conflicts with Persia allowed Emperor Maurice to transfer units to the north. However, he was deposed after a military revolt in 602, and the Danubian frontier collapsed 1.5 decades later. One of the first Slavic tribal unions was known as the Macedonian Sclavinia. The Miracles of Saint Demetrius noted that the Slavs attacked Thessaloniki in 584, and plundered Macedonia in 586. 7th century and 615. During the reign of Heraclius, the whole of the Balkans was regarded as Sclavinia, inhabited or controlled by Slavs. Chatzone led the Slavic attack on Thessaloniki that year. The Slavs asked the Avars for aid, resulting in the unsuccessful siege. In 618 Thessaloniki became encircled with Slavic settlements. In 630 Slavs attempted to take the city again. In 658 Byzantium attempted to subjugate the Macedonian Sclavenia. Emperor Constans II undertook a campaign against them. In 677 Byzantium prevented establishing a Slavic state headed by Rhynchina King Pabundos. In 677–680 Byzantium declared war on the Strymonites. 688–689 Byzantine Emperor Justinian II attacked the Slavs around Thessaloniki and transferred large number of Slavs to Asia Minor. Justinian subjugated the Slavic tribes around Salonika. Constans II conquered Sclavenia in 657–58, capturing many and subduing. Constantine III settled captured Slavs into Asia Minor, and in 664–65, 5,000 of these joined Abdul-Rahman ibn Khalid. 8th century. In 758–59 Constantine V attacked and plundered the Macedonian Sclavenia. In 773, Constantine prevented Bulgar Khan Telerik from attacking the Burtsiti in Macedonia. Strabonos Epithomatus noted, and now in that way, almost all of Epirus, Helada, Peloponnese and Macedonia have been settled by these Slavs. Byzantine forces under eunuch Taurakios attacked the Slavs in Greece. In 799, Achaemir of the Belageses participated in the conspiracy against Empress Irene of Athens. 9th century. Anastasius the librarian mentioned the Sclaveni as Penis Macedonium, tribes, Slavic tribes on the territory of the modern Republic of Macedonia. Burtsiti, Slavic tribes on the territory of modern Greece. Strymonites, Sagudates, Drogobites, Belagesetes, Beunitai, Eziaritai, Rinchnoi and Malingoi. Slavic tribes on the territory of modern Serbia. Serbs, Moravci, Brownasevci, and Timokani. Slavic tribes on the territory of modern Croatia. Croats, Gurduskani, Pagani, Zakmlioi. Slavic tribes on the territory of modern Bulgaria. 7 Slavic tribes, Drogobites, Strymonites, Smoliani and Severians. Gallery, Sclaveni and Anti in the 6th century. Personifications of Sclavenia, Germania, Gallia, and Roma, bringing offerings to Otto III, from a Gospel book dated 990. South Slavic tribes. Annotations. Called Sklavna by Procopius and Sclavi by Jordanus and Pseudo-Morris.